Hello friends, how are you? My name is Corbin Reed and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am very excited because I am bringing you part 2 of my living room series, which is my living room reveal. I've definitely filmed content in my living room before, but if you haven't seen my fireplace DIY makeover, which was right before this video, please, I'll link it above. Be sure to go back and watch it because it also gives you the opposite sort of like detailed side of how I accomplished the other half of my living room. And I showed you like how I styled my mantle and how I styled the side of the room, and today I'm going to be revealing to you the rest of my living room. And I'm going to walk you through my design decisions. I'm going to show you how I style my coffee table, my console table back there, just like some of the little design tips and tricks that I use in this room to help accomplish what I would probably call, I don't know, maybe rustic luxury or like modern transitional. I'm not really sure. I kind of like both of those styles a lot, and I think this room is a culmination of both. It's a hybrid. So you let me know down below what you think this style is, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So this is my living room before I did anything to it at all. Almost all of this changes. It was just a sectional that I split up, and this is actually up in the loft, and you will see this again. I'm working on a loft makeover, a moving room makeover, but the furniture in here is all going to change. I have very, very high ceilings in my living room, so there's a lot of light, which is wonderful. Just showing you all of the windows in here. But a lot of the furniture and decor was just like overcrowded and junky, and I wanted to have the design here reflect all of the things that I've learned and all of the things that I actually fully like right now. So the new design is much more simple, a lot more texture, and just more cohesive. So I started this fireplace makeover. That was the first thing I did here. If you have not seen that makeover, please go back and check it out because it's very important for this entire living room makeover series. So this is what the fireplace turned out like. I built this from scratch, the hearth, and then this is a gel fireplace. I will have this linked above if you would like to see how I accomplished this look, but we will be focusing on the rest of the room today. So this sofa was actually a find on Facebook Marketplace, but it was also listed on Cherish, and I got this for under $600, which was amazing. It's real leather and suede. It also has these brass rivets, and I just love all of the curves. Next to the sofa, I placed this table. It's a drink table that I got off of Amazon. And then I found these pillows on Etsy. They're a tapestry. I just loved the vintage feel. They're really thick cotton, and I love the nature that it brings into this room. I also have a green accent wall in my kitchen, which you will see soon as a part of a kitchen makeover, so stay tuned for that. But I love how it pulls in the green from the kitchen, since this is an open concept living room that is open to the dining room and kitchen. And then this mohair blanket I got off of Amazon. Again, I will link this down below. And I just sort of played with how I wanted it to lay on the sofa, but I love that it just sort of softens the leather and is also accessible for when I want to cozy up on the sofa. I ended up deciding to lay the blanket over the side. It just is less distracting to the eye, and also just adds more interest on the right hand side of the sofa over the suede. If you like the style of the sofa, I have some similar dupes linked down below. So over behind the sofa, I have this console table. If you watched my flea market shop with me at the Rose Bowl, I found this antique Turkish pot, which has all this beautiful distressing and the chipping paint. I just love the rustic look that it gives. And then I ended up adding these seaweed bushes that I got from Hobby Lobby to the pot. So if you haven't watched that video, please go back and check it out. I take you with me to the market, but that is the first piece of console table styling that I did over here. The mirror I actually got from Horde Chow. And then I love this candelabra that I have next to it. It is a Flora candelabra, and it is a part of Athena Calderon's line with Crate and Barrel. Then underneath this console, which is actually travertine that I got vintage once again from a local dealer, I have these ottomans that I got off of Amazon. If they're still available, I will link them, but I just love that they're there because I can carry them over to the sofa and use them if I need, and then just place them back when I am done. The travertine is popping up everywhere. Restoration hardware this season is going hard with it. This is a vintage dough bowl that I got off of Meridian. Again, if I can find similar ones, I will link them below, but it's super heavy and pretty, and I just love the aging that it brings and the warmth that it brings to the stone. These are dried artichoke or faux artichoke that I got off of Amazon, and I'm just adding them into this bowl. I love the neutral texture and the subtle pop of green and the way it fills this bowl and just sort of completes this styling vignette with the juxtaposition of colors and materials and textures. And of course, as just a rule, whenever you mix those three things, colors, materials, and textures, you add so much visual interest to your designs. Moving right along, right next to this console table, I have a black Billy bookcase that I got from IKEA, and on top of it I have two hurricanes with white candles in them and a bunch of decor inside, and then I also have these vintage paper mache bowls and some green moss balls in there just to add interest on top of the cabinet. But I just keep vintage items in here. I keep items I've thrifted, I keep items I've got from Home Goods, Amazon, and I really come into this cabinet to switch out vases and decor throughout my home. But I also just like the combination of things inside of the cabinet, of course, to add visual interest inside in my living room. So it really is both functional and beautiful inside of the space. And I do have another cabinet just like this on the other side of my living room, which just creates symmetry and balance, and that one just houses all of the things that I need when it is time to dine, like my nicer china and things like that, and glassware. But yeah, this is a look inside of the cabinet for you all. If you want anything linked, please let me know, but there's a lot of stuff in here, so I'm not sure what exactly you'd like. This is a hack. I put some puck lights inside of the cabinet so that these items are illuminated at night if I want. It's just another way to add ambiance to the room. And this piece I'm so excited about. It is 100% sheepskin. It is an espresso color, and it is the Ingeborg sofa by Fleming Lassen. I got this 75% off as a part of a Black Friday sale, and I was so excited about it. It's such a beautiful, curvy, classic silhouette, and I could not believe the price. It's a piece I will have forever and be passing down to my children because these materials last forever. And then on top of it, I just put a wool blanket that I got off of Amazon. And then opposite, I have this made in home chair. I have one of these in my office. And this is, again, sheepskin, just adding more coziness and luxury to the space. This is from Made in Home, which is very much still available in a classic shape, and I will link this below as well. Now, next to the chair, I found these again at the flea market. So if you have not watched that video, please go back and check it out. Originally, they were on either side flanking my sectional that I had split up into two, but I decided to put one next to this sheepskin chair as an opportunity just to have another cozy little area, a defined space to sit and read, or whatever I want to do. Again, layered lighting just adds so much coziness and comfort, and these reading lights are wonderful, and it's another natural material. It's brass, it's aged, and it just adds more texture and interest to the space. This olive tree is faux. I got it off of Etsy from a company called Rustic Reach, and I have it in a pot that, again, I got from Olive Atelier, and it was sticking out over the top a little bit. So I got this moss that I just cut up, and I put some hot glue on the back, and I went in and just covered up that lip that was sticking out over the top of the pot with the moss. I really actually love the natural sort of finished element it gives to this tree in the pot. It makes it look even more real. So that's a good little hack for you if you have a similar problem or just want to add moss to a faux tree in one of your pots. And then this lamp I want to highlight. This is something I got again off of Etsy, and it's an Oscar Piccolo dupe. And I love all of the curves and how it's just offsetting all of the squares that we often use in design. I've really embraced curviness in this room. So moving on to the coffee table, I got this again from Olive Atelier. It is an aged teak wood. It's solid, and I put these 2 coffee table books on top. These are classics: A.D., Tamsin Johnson, Live Beautifully, and Great Escapes Europe. I'll have all of those linked below, but they're also in my Amazon storefront. And when I'm styling a coffee table, I like to divide it into 4 sections. So this is the back section, either 4 sections or 3. So the back section here, I have the books. This is a marble aged tray that I got from a local vintage store, and then a couple marble aged dishes, again, that I got off of Etsy. And I just love the mixture of materials of the marble with the stone and the books, which have a very neutral binding and like natural binding. A couple of them are linen, actually 3 of them are linen. So again, the mixture of materials is just really nice to play off of. And then I always need a candle on my coffee tables setup. This is an electric lighter, and then I just have a candle wick trim cutter and a snuffer, and I just sort of put them all inside of this dish. It's actually very functional. And then this is a Chinese vintage vase that I again got off of Etsy, and I just put some dried German status in it. I have 2 of these vases. If you have not seen my bathroom makeover, go check that out. I'll link it above, but that I used in there as well in my bathroom. And then that is an aged key that I got in Hudson. I was told by the seller that it's over 100 years old, and she got those in Paris. It's just cool to think that the key actually used to lead to somewhere. And of course it looks beautiful just sitting on top of the books. And lastly, I wanted to mention this rug. It is from the Studio McGee collection. This is in the 7x10 size. I will link it below, but I love the tassels. It is so thick and is 100% wool. And lastly, I got these curtains from IKEA. The windows are very high. These are actually sliders. And the curtain rod is also from IKEA, but I actually hemmed it myself just to give it a cleaner look, and I just used iron-on hem tape. So if you want a more in-detail tutorial on that, I will link above the video where I show you how to do hem tape curtains. And this is just a look back at the living room, you guys. I hope you love this as much as I do, a mix between rustic, luxury, and modern transitional. At least that's what I am calling it. And I just love the way all of the colors and the textures and the natural materials play off of each other. The fireplace makes it so cozy, and I love this room. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I will, as usual, link anything that I can that you see in this video down below. There is a lot of vintage in my living room, so I can link things that I can find that are similar, but it's not going to be the exact same thing. The reason I like to shop vintage is just because it makes my home feel very personalized, and like I'm not going to see things that are in anybody else's home, which is super important to me. I want my home to feel like the people who live here, and we are unique. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I have a lot of new subscribers here, but if you have not subscribed, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. If you are looking for daily inspiration and just like some BTS when I am completing my DIY projects and all of that, please be sure to follow me over on Instagram at storydesign_with Corbin Reed. Also, be sure to check out my Amazon storefront. A lot of the stuff that I share is sort of more organized over there and easier for you to just scroll through with it's categorized by lighting and decor and things like that. So it makes it, even the tools I use for my DIY. So I know how convenient Amazon is. So if you have that Prime membership, go check out my Amazon storefront. I will have that link down below. And yeah, you guys, I will see you next week with another video. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.